Okay, so first thing that you can do to locate your psoas, and especially on that front line meridian, is stand a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, just as if we were on the horse, right? So we're on the horse. Take all of this forward, lean forward like, oh my gosh, I'm going to fall forward. And at that moment where your toes start to clench, I'm in that moment right here, so you can take a look at that. I'm going to send weight into my heel and bring my pelvis forward. And then the muscle that I'm using to stabilize all of that is my psoas. So that's one exercise that you can do. And that's one that you can do in the saddle too. You can actually stand up out of the saddle and send your lower leg back and then the rest of your body forward. And then right there you start to activate your psoas. That's going to incorporate a little bit of your top thigh. So another thing that you can do to give yourself a little bit of body awareness, I'll use the wall here to help me, is go into a standard quadricep stretch, which is where we grab our ankle here with the same side hand. And I'll move to the front so you can kind of get a feel for what this looks like. This is my rough side. Alright, so I'm going to start by keeping my knees even. Now I'm going to send my pelvis forward, so I'm going to think about curling my pelvis under almost like a wasp going to sting. And then taking my kneecap that's suspended right now, my left kneecap, and lowering it. That's going to let me feel this whole entire frontline meridian on this side. So that's going to give you a unilateral perspective into the psoas. So here's a side perspective again. We're going to go, hang on, quadricep stretch, pelvis forward, drop the knee. Now you're going to feel that all through here. So those are some subtle exercises that you can do to locate your psoas. Easy version that you can do at home is my ankles are off of the ground. I'm supporting on my knee. Do this on carpet, don't do this on hardwood. And then bring your shoulders over your hands and a straight line from your knees all the way up to your shoulders. The stabilizing muscle that you're using is your psoas. If you still can't feel it, drop down into your elbows. Still can't feel it, go into toes and hands. And then finally the most intense would be dropping it down to here. Some other pieces that you can use to connect with your front line meridian would be to flip this over. So at this point, arms are at my side, feet are about shoulder width apart, flat on the ground, knees up in the air. And now I'm going to lift my pelvis up into the air, forming a straight line from my shoulders to my knees. And then just play around in that space. So you want to relax your buttock muscles, because your first inclination is going to be to clench your butt cheeks to keep your pelvis up there. You want to relax your butt cheeks and ask your psoas to keep you up there. Now, in order for you to locate it a little bit more, try dropping down a little bit, and then raising back up, dropping down, maybe twist it this way, twist it this way, so that you're using just your psoas to kind of get a feel for how
Okay, so finding your psoas using the chair in the tip the chair exercise, which is great for learning how to utilize your pelvis for the half halt. So most of the time we sit in a chair like this, but for this exercise I want you right on the edge. So your two seat bones are right on the edge of the seat. So you can see right here, right onto the edge of the seat. You're going to place your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, just like we're on the horse. Make sure that I get my seat bones on the seat there. And then for the half halt, I'm going to tip the chair. So the point is not to lean forward and bring the chair, or to lean back and bring the chair. The point is to be able to sit up nice and tall in the same position and influence that chair. Tip the chair, tip the chair, tip the chair. You can also bring your feet a little bit further back. Tip the chair, tip the chair, tip the chair. So in bringing my feet back, I make it a little bit more isolated into my psoas. The one thing that you do want to make sure of is that when you're doing this exercise, you're not clenching your buttock muscle. You want it to be a pull that's coming from the front side. So I think about pushing all of this forward. I'm pushing forward, almost like I'm trying to slide this whole entire thing into this tree. Tip the chair, tip the chair, tip the chair. It's all coming from here in the core.